Hey everybody, how y'all are? As you may notice, in some parts of the country, it's starting to get a little chilly. Over here, it'll probably be about another month or so. Hopefully it'll be a little bit sooner. But still, I went through and I cleaned up the wood pile, and we ended up with a whole bunch of scraps of wood. And it's getting to be that time of year when it's going to start chilling out a little bit. And until we moved into the apartment, we always had some way that we had a little fire pit, or a little fire that we'd have. So we sit out in the evenings or in the afternoons, and have a little fire and drink coffee and things like that. And then, before we went to bed, kind of like a relaxing kind of thing. So now that we're here, we decided that it was time, and since I had all this wood that I really didn't want to waste, and it's all real little pieces, most of it's real little pieces, we decided that it'd be good to go ahead and invest in a fire pit of some kind. Well, we looked at a whole bunch of them and back and forth and everything, and we came out and found this Fireplace outdoor patio fireplace. It's a 28-inch round fire pit. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run some video with the unpacking, sort of an unpacking, and a little bit of assembly, and a little bit of a review at the end. So, y'all stay tuned. Hey, you want to run that, please? Oh, wait a minute. I'm the one that's got to do it. Stand by. Beep. Okay, we just got this delivered in the mail. I have no idea how they got that box inside that little Jeep that I saw driving away. Man, was it well packed. There was stuff packed inside of packaging, and inside of packaging. And I actually was looking for the instructions and had to take it all apart just to get at the instructions. So I will put it together or start working on it or something, at least read the instructions, and then we'll go from there. Well, there it is, in all its glory. I've still got to screw a couple of pieces together and tighten up a couple of things, but I got a feeling I'm going to have to take it down a little bit to get it out the back door. But it looks pretty good. It's got a very big front door, or gate, or whatever. And I think it'd be nice for burning up scrap wood and all those projects that, oops, didn't work right. Oh, there it is. Well, I couldn't give it a real good, thorough, honest initial review unless I actually built a fire in it. But that video was a little bit long to add with this one, so I put it up as a separate video, and we'll put it in the card deal so you can reference to it up over here somewhere. But I thought you probably already seen it. Anyway, I wrote some notes on a few things. First of all, the thing was packed very well. Everything was there. There were no scratches. Everything was well built. It's a thinner gray. It reminds me kind of like of a Weber grill knockoff, which has got black paint on it. And not as heavy sheet metal, but it's substantial enough that it holds itself together. It's not a wobbly, flexy thing. And the instructions were really good. Everything was easy to find, easy to reference, and there were just a few things that I ran across in the instructions that were worth noticing. Okay. And if you build this, or if you should get one, you can reference to the instruction manual, and it'll make a little bit more sense. But when these things are shipped, they're shipped with the wooden handle inside the frame for the top, or for the handles. There's two of them. It's a good idea, or it's a lot easier to just remove the little wooden handle out of the bracket, and then it leaves an open area so you can get a screwdriver in and get the screws to tighten them up. Or you have to have one of these fancy little tools like I've got that I'm showing over here in the picture. They go in, it's straightforward, and once you have them in place, they're pretty solid. In instruction number 3, they talk about a tab that you have to have facing out. Okay, this was talking about when they were installing the screen. Well, the only tab that I saw was the part that stuck out for the latch, for the door. And, you know, after you think about it, it was a tab. I was thinking latch, but it was a tab. So they were referencing that. Okay. The other thing that they forgot to mention is that there are, in the large panels, there's 2 large and 2 small panels. One of the large panels holds the door, and then there's one that goes to the back. Well, those 2 large panels have a hole in the bottom band, well, in a band that like surrounds it, and those have to be on the bottom because those are what holds the whole frame, the whole screen into the inside of the fire pit. So they never mentioned that, and we won't talk about how I found out about that. The other part is that you can go ahead and when you assemble that, it works on there's a screw in each corner, and there's a little metal strap that goes back behind it. You put the screws through it. Well, you take and pull those mesh together and tighten it all up so it's together, and it makes the correct size to be able to fit into the pan on the bottom. Number 6 is there's an air vent that's in the bottom that you put up, kind of like you put on the back of those grills, and they have you assemble it with just a screw and a nut. Well, in the package that I had, there was a small washer, and it was a small lock washer, and it was in the same package that had the M6x9 lock washers, which is the one that you use most of it. But that screw and nut is actually an M5X10, which is like a real little one. So what I did was I used that on there to tighten it up, and I cranked it down pretty good, because one of the things that it states is that if you open the vent on the bottom, it actually cuts off proper air circulation to the fire, and it will hinder the fire. So you're better off just keeping that vent closed. The only thing that I can see a benefit for that vent is for cleaning. After everything's all cooled down and everything, and all the ashes, the vent holes are pretty large. So you can open that vent up, put a bucket or something underneath the pan, and you can sweep into those holes, and all your ashes can fall down into whatever collection you're going to use to clean it out. But otherwise, that's about it. Oh, by the way, that all was part of instruction number 6. It went together very well. I built it in here because I used a carpet so that I wouldn't scratch it up as I was assembling everything. And I kind of like made three sub-assemblies: the cap, the grate, and then the bottom part. And then I took it out into the garage and put it all together and bolted it, everything the way it should be. The top closes on the top, and it's held very well. And it burns good. I was really surprised. There's really good airflow, and it fits our needs. We have a lot of overhead trees, and I was concerned about having anything with a chimney because I didn't want, sparks and stuff to blow up into the trees, especially like, in the winter and fall when you got all the dead leaves and dry leaves that are falling and still up inside the tree. That seemed like a kind of a dangerous fire hazard. This, on the other hand, contains everything. And just the one time that I started it, I could see where the smoke, if there was a smoky fire or if it was too big a fire or something like that, the smoke buildup inside that actually would control the size of that fire. Even though there's a lot of airflow. I mean, there's air all over the place. It's very nice, and it meets our needs very well. I'm looking forward to using it in the near future. Hopefully when it's not 100 degrees outside. So anyway, I hope you really like this review, and go ahead and check out the old Boy Scout trying to start a fire. And maybe a few chuckles, I'm not sure. I laughed at it. Of course I laughed at it after I crawled away and it started burning. Anyway, I hope that this review was helpful, and that you can, if you have one of these, let me know what you think about it. And y'all have a real nice day. See ya.